Testing, testing. Okay, testing, testing, testing. Good morning. Okay, hopefully you can see my screen, hear my voice. And this broadcast is for educational purposes only. And I am not a licensed financial advisor. If you're not familiar with the risks associated with trading, please consult with a licensed financial advisor. Okay. You got an echo? Just returning from a mini vacation, and my settings are all out of whack. I brought my laptop with me, and I don't know if I'll do that again. But it is good to be back. Let's take a look at the signal B on the 30 range. Looks like it's been hot this morning. Make sure I didn't hit my profit limit. No, it should be good. Okay. Got that big move up right at the market open. There was a news report that came out at 8:30. Unemployment, and I think it was. Let's take a look at Forex Factory. Yesterday's CPI report came out
the
better
very
than
first thing that you guys
expected.
are going to want to do for this is the most important
And
step
today
of the three, you guys. What you're
was
going to want to
the
do is
retail
right-click
sales.
on your OBS or your slabs,
Another good
then
report.
right-click on the name again. And what you guys are going to want to do is run
10
as
o'clock, we
administrator.
have
Running
no
your
red
OBS
folders.
as administrator allows your
the big report
OBS to
this
take
morning was the
priority
retail
in your
sales.
processor above all other processes running on your computer. Meaning if you're running Discord, music, and a video game while you're running OBS all at the same
Consumer
time,
spending
that your
jumped in
processor
July.
prioritizes your video
Retail
game, your
sales were up
music
1%,
before
much
it
better
starts
than they anticipated.
prioritizing your OBS, which is going to cause skipped frames, drop frames,
everything's
and
pointing
lagging
for
if you
September.
have a stressed out PC. All right, the next thing I'm going to show you guys is how to disable preview mode.
Okay. So this morning on the leaderboard, let's take a look and see what's hot, what's not. Is my audio sounding okay now? Adjust. Oh, it was you. Okay. Gold, wow, look at gold. Gold went to an all-time high just recently. Good volatility on gold. Wow, look at that. That gold signal A trading very nicely this morning. It's up 590. Got a trade copier that we're going to trade an Apex account on. And I can add a tab for that gold on the signal A, which is right on top of our leaderboard. Our signal B, I've got already set up. Looks like our YM one-day pass was able to get on the board. Nasdaq's pushing higher and higher. Look at that. 8:30, it just launched. Let's take a quick look at the stock market. My 5-year-old started kindergarten today. What's good for a PA account? What would be good for a PA account is going with the ones that are doing the best. I like that NQ8U, the Steven optimized between 10 and 1026 is a really good one. We're going to keep an eye on that one. Let me see. Here it is. This is a nice strategy here. Between 10 and 1026. Boy, this market's just going straight up. This would be a signal B on the 30 range. I'm going to enable my signal B on the 30 range because the market just keeps shooting up. In a trending market, signal B 30 range is a really nice strategy to trade. It is also on my leaderboard. So I see this morning it's up $840, and the Nasdaq just keeps pushing higher. So I'm going to play that one on my Apex account. Just trying to get situated here.
Order submitted.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a duplicate. I'm just trying to see what strategy it is that Robert optimized. I think it was account was Kim or Rao. Yeah, Kim is the 32nd. Rao is the 7 Unarenko. So Kim or Rao.
Order submitted.
And what I like to do is I like to bring up my trade performance and just see how each one of the strategies is performing.
Order submitted.
Crude oil has been trading good. Let's take a look at crude. Excuse me. Let's take a look at crude. Looking at my trade performance, and I really use this to base my decisions on. Adjust. This week from the August 12th to the 15th, very recent, I see my black gold strategy is up $808. If I go to my analysis and I look at the entry time, half hour of the day, I could see that most of my money was being made between 8 and 9:30. Now the new update that's going to be coming out very shortly is going to automatically enable these strategies to trade during the best times historically that they perform. So all of this that I'm doing right now is going to be fully automated. So the user or the trader, is not going to have to do this. And that update is coming out in the very near future. We're just testing it now. So crude oil, I see the black gold by the half hour of the day between 8 and 9:30 does extremely well. So that system is only going to trade automatically during the peak times where performance is the best. Crude oil signal B at 11:30 has a really nice green bar. That's usually when we trade our 1-day pass on the crude oil. Crude oil 1-day pass.
Order submitted.
Yeah, I would do it based on your computer.
Order submitted.
Now you can see my ES signal B has been trading really well. $879 this week. Looks like a really nice win rate. With our risk to reward, the way these strategies are set up, if they're anywhere at 40% or higher, I've said it before, you could back a Brinks truck up because you're going to be up big money. This one's winning at a 50% profitable rate. Your average winning trade is 1,000, and your average loser is 200. So it's a 5-to-1 risk to reward, and you're winning 50%. I'll take that. I'll take that all day long. You win 1 out of 2 on the average. It's $1,000 winner. On the losing side, it's only 200. Unfortunately, it's only taken 2 trades, but we're up $880. So that ES 5-minute signal B, which kicks in if we go to our entry time at 11 o'clock.
Order submitted.
Wow, look at this NASDAQ. This thing is on fire. Hmm. Jeez, I don't know how my Apex. I copied that trade, but my I got two different results. Man, this Nasdaq is to the moon. Holy moly! I'm gonna catch a signal A on this.
Order submitted.
So I like to take notes. You know, just have a little notepad. And I see that crude oil. I'm gonna write down crude oil around 11:30. 11. My ES signal B. And once this new update comes out, we're not even going to have to worry about this. It's going to be automatic. So I'm really looking forward to that. Look at that signal A on that haymaker entry. Wow, that was a beauty. Ooh, our ES one-day pass is in. Let's take a look. Jordan out in the UK yesterday hit that ES one-day pass. It is in again. Trying to get up to the profit window. If we get within just five, I think it's 4 or 5 ticks of the, yeah, 5 ticks. If we get within 5 ticks of that profit target, the stop is going to come up and lock in some profits. But we do have a trailing stop on it, so it's not going to give it all back.
Order submitted.
Jump right back in, too. Interesting. Okay. Look at gold. Gold this week. Gold nugget. Our gold strategy is red hot. Red hot. Droner by. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't see this. Based on my computer, I get different numbers.
Order submitted.
What ES 5-minute signal B? Yes, the ES 5-minute signal B kicks in at about 11 a.m. Eastern. That one's been red hot. And the gold nugget, which is our gold signal A, has been red hot. It's winning 83% of its trades. The average loser 75. The average winner is 235. I was looking at the gold chart this morning. It looked extremely good for a signal A entry. Excuse me.
Order submitted.
Boom, it just got in. If we could just get a little wiggle room here. We're not giving it much room. But we're winning about 80% of our trades this week on gold.
Order submitted.
And when are we getting those winning trades? in the morning. The vast majority between 8:30 and 9. So between 8:30, if I go back to 8:30 this morning, we got that beautiful short entry. That's the one I have on my Apex account. So let me be careful with that. Oh yeah. Uh-oh. Sergio just did an update on my
Order
computer.
submitted.
And we're still testing this. Having a little bit of a problem here. Okay. I'm going to have to disable that smart stop. In spite of the glitch, I've got a beautiful trade on to the short side. I'm going to have to take that smart stop off, it looks like. Holy moly. Oh, man.
Order submitted.
Okay. In spite of it, somehow I made $630 on the trade. So let me just turn this off here. He was just right before I went live. Gave me the new update to test out, and had a little bit of an issue. Let me just take a picture of my log for him. Getting lag time too. Okay. Well, let me tell you, the system took just a beautiful entry. You could see that short entry it took. Hey, Rao. 5,600 on the NQ. Holy moly. Let me go to my NASDAQ 30 range strategy. This is the one that so the NQ30 range signal B, I saw it on my leaderboard this morning, and I put a Apex account on it. It just picked up a nice winner. But I was trying to test a new update. Sergio made a quick change to my computer. Said he had put the wrong one in. Yeah, but for some reason what he put in I think was a mistake. So let me just tell Sergio real quick.
Order submitted.
Getting an update 5 or 10 minutes before you go live isn't a great idea.
Order submitted.
I think what it is the lag time. Because if you go in my log here, yeah, I'm getting some lag. Okay. What I like to do when I see that there's lag time is I look at the price on my chart trader and look at it in relation to what I'm seeing on my chart. So I see my chart price is at about 422. On my chart trader, it's at 435. So I've got a big problem there. A huge disparity between what's on my chart trader, 425, 426, and my chart is showing 415, 416. So I know I've got a problem. So the best thing I could do at this point here is just disable all my strategies and just reload all the historical data. I've got problems. I can't trade this way. So I'm just going to disable. It's a miracle I got a winning trade. And I'm going to go to my data series first and just see how many days of data. I'm only loading 3 days. So if I right click my chart and reload all historical data, hopefully it'll come back into crude was in a beautiful position. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to close it. Let me try to get these. It looked like my error messages were on the NASDAQ. So now I got a good match. Now I'm at 1943, 442, 441. My chart is coming into now it's matching. So now I don't have that lag on the NASDAQ. That's much better. Let's just check the ES. 55.35 is good. Crude oil 47. Yeah, that's about right. Okay. Yeah, we just reloaded the NASDAQ. $76.55 is good. $24.83. Let's get to the right edge. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, that ES signal B has been doing really well. Let me get my notes. I got into that trade and I was getting errors, all kinds of error messages.
Order submitted.
So that NASDAQ 30 range signal B is really crushing it today. As soon as that 50 went red, that thing was in. How will the $2,500 loss limit be managed on the auto pick strategy? The way that's managed, I'd adjust, is in the strategy itself. You'll be able to select whether you want it to be per strategy or per account. So if you want to lose, if your session loss limit for a particular strategy, you want to do it either per strategy or per account. If you want to do the cumulative strategies, all of them running together, and you want it to stop at $400, you would select per account. If you just want a losing strategy to stop trading, but the rest of them to continue trading, you would put it per strategy. So once that strategy loses 400 in this case, it'll stop. But the other strategies that have not lost 400 will continue to run. So that's the way that's configured in the strategy parameters. Gold is in another trade. Let's watch this gold trade. I've got gold on my hot list, gold signal A. Let's see if we can get this bounce to the upside. Here's a haymaker signal on the NASDAQ. That's a beauty. Nice and tight to the 50. Our 50 is green. Our 15 is green and above the 50. Those are usually really nice entries.
Order submitted.
Our haymaker's down 335. That's a signal A entry. Our signal B today is really the one to go with. It's up just under $2,000 on the session. That's the one that I just wrote on my Apex account for about $630 gain. This Trader 1 strategy has been doing really good, I've noticed. Look at Sim Smart Stop 2. Wow. Let's take a look at that strategy. That's the one that we're using, that new Smart Stop. It gives it a lot of room. It lets the trade mature without getting wicked out. It's in a nice long entry here.
Order submitted.
So the new update that's coming is going to be really, really exciting, because it's going to automatically trade the hottest strategies at the correct time of day without the user's input, without having to go through your trade performance like I did this morning. And with these new pattern recognitions, we can give the trade some room and exit the trade when the system picks up a certain candlestick pattern and believes it's going to reverse. Um, Let me see what happens if I attach it to my indicator. Nothing. We're coming out also with a momentum-based trailing stop, which is really the one that I really like. Where your stop is tied to your 15 EMA. 15 EMA is a really good indication of momentum. There it goes.
Order submitted.
Beautiful trade. When I see my stop that far down, though, it kind of gets me nervous. I don't like to risk more than I can potentially win.
Order submitted.
We need a profit window in this. This needs a profit window. Here we're just a tick or two away, and our stop is way down. Look at that. We're up $2,110. You can't argue with success. That ES trade to the short side, I believe, is on the wrong side of the market today. Between yesterday's CPI report and today's the retail sales report, the report this morning came in much better than they expected. Take a quick look at the stock market. Gold is in consolidation.
Order submitted. Order submitted.
The Dow, the S&P, the Russell, and the NASDAQ. The Russell and the NASDAQ are up the biggest.
Order submitted.
The S&P and the Dow are up about 1%, and the Russell and NASDAQ about just under 2%. NASDAQ's going higher. I saw Apex ended their sale. They're back up to 71%. Sim Smart Stop is right back in. Hopefully it's a long position. It's not. That's trouble.
Order submitted. Order submitted.
Crude oil is on my list.
Order submitted.
In the late morning hours, 11 o'clock, 11:30, crude oil does extremely well. Let's go back. Let's look at this week.
Order submitted.
Excuse me for just a moment.
Order submitted. Order submitted. Order submitted.
Okay, I'm back. What I want to do is I want to disable that NQ30 range signal B. It hit its profit goal today, and I'm not going to let it keep trading.
Order submitted.
That's a much better trade. Now, on a day like today, you see the market especially on the NASDAQ right now. Look at gold. Gold's headed to the moon. 2,500. Unbelievable. Russell's trading really nice. What I was about to say was all of these strategies you can configure to just take long trades or just take short trades. And the way the Russell and the NASDAQ are just headed straight up right now, wouldn't be a bad idea to enable it. But you saw I got that winning trade on my Apex account on a short position.
Order submitted. Order submitted.
Okay, let me continue my my analysis. We recognize that gold on the signal A is doing very well this week. Another one that's been doing nicely. We have a NASDAQ on a 20 Unirenko that's winning 60% of its trades. Average loser is about 200, average winner about 350. Let's look back for the whole month of August. It hasn't been doing good just for August. But if I go back to July, it did very well in July.
Order submitted.
Let's look in August.
Submitted. Order submitted.
About a break-even month in August. And going back to July, Ron, the when institutional money is manipulating the markets, you could see the green triangles on my chart. When there's a disparity of uptick versus downtick, if the majority of the orders coming in are upticks, you'll see the green triangles, and vice versa on the downside will be the red triangles. Excuse me. This is taking just a minute to. Hey, Suzanne. Thanks for joining us. I saw that trade, Scott. That was a beautiful trade. On the 2-minute? On the 30 range, had to be. Yeah, I saw it on the 30 range. The 2-minute never set up today. It just kept going up. Yeah, that's what I thought. I saw it too. That was a beauty. I thought my haymaker would catch it. Here we go. So back from July, back from July on the 20 Unirenko. I'm sorry, on the 10 I think it's a 10 Unirenko. I'll tell you, I don't think I'll ever take my laptop, my work laptop. I don't think I'll ever take it on vacation again. Oh my God, I came back and I don't know what happened. I first got home last night and my Seaport, my little docking station snapped off. So I had to run to Best Buy twice, replaced it, got that working. That's the NQ20 Unirenko. Then I tried to launch the YouTube live stream, and all the settings were rearranged. Thank God for Brock. Brock sent me a 1-minute video that gave me the fix. So the NQ20 Unirenko, through July 1st to August 15th, is up $2,626. If you look, I have 19,000 in winning trades, 16,000 in losing trades. So when am I getting all of these winning trades? If we look at the half hour of the day, on the entry time between 10:30 and 11:30, very consistent. And this is what that new update's going to do. It's just going to trade it during these times, looking back historically that it does well. And then from 12:30 to 1, it has a huge green bar. So we get out these red bars of the times that it just doesn't do well. And we're just going to trade it during the times that it does extremely well. So that NQ20U is going to go on my hot list. So with the new update, you won't have to do this. It's going to do it automatically for you. Let me go back to, I always like to refer to it as what have you done for me lately? With the news-driven market, institutions are going to put their money, their equity into, where they feel risk is at the lowest. And a lot of their decision making is based on those economic reports that come out and their forecast of what the future looks like. September, I know Jerome Powell is just might go ahead and lower the interest rates. And some of that, I think, is being cooked in as we speak. I think they anticipate a interest rate cut in September. Okay, let's take a look at our NASDAQ for this week, I'm sorry.
Order submitted.
What I'd like to do with the NASDAQ 2-minute, the NASDAQ 2-minute, we only take a signal A entry. So if I check off all my NASDAQ 2 minutes and I look at an analysis of that, then I can see from 8:30 to 9, I have a nice bar of about $2,400. I know never to trade it right now. Trading it between 9 and 9:30 is a losing proposition. And then between 10:30 and 11:30, it looks good again. 11, I've got $3,860 in net profit. Crude oil is going. Crude's been red hot. I've got crude on my hot list. Let's bring this down just a little bit.
Order submitted.
Try to get on the right edge. There we go. Whoops. It appears I have 2 stops on this.
Order submitted.
Let me just take a screenshot of this.
Order submitted.
Here's the 8-unit Renko prime time this week. On my summary, it's up $2,000 from the 12th to the 15th, winning 50% of its trades. Average winning trade is $191. Average losing trade is $98. So about a 2-to-1 risk to reward ratio on the 8U Signal C prime time. Up $2,000 August 12th to the 15th. When does it do it? Between 10 and 11. NQ prime time. 10 and 11. Let's look at RAW. RAW is one of the optimized strategies on the 8-unit Renko. Got killed. Got killed this week. RTY, 1-day pass, is hot again. Boy, that's a streaky 1-day pass, I'll tell you. It goes times it can't lose. And then other times it can't win. You didn't see prime time on the latest download? Should be in there, Gary. Maybe it's not. Maybe it was replaced. I'll have to ask. You could be right on that one. They may have replaced it. But I could certainly share that template with you, Gary. When does the CL make its money? In the let's go back to CL. The black gold, which is our signal A, that's looking for reversals. You can see it does pretty well in the early morning, right up until about the market open. 9 to 9:30 being peak on the signal A. The signal B, it does better a little later in the morning, about 11:30. The Russell one-day pass hit this morning. I was fumbling and bumbling with my computer and stepping on banana peels all over the place this morning. Let's look at our entry time between 9 and 9:30 for the RTY. We switched the RTY, the regular templates, to trade the same half hour as the one-day pass. And ever since we did that, it's really changed the trajectory. Now, some reason I took a double trade, it looks like. It looks like I got two long entries. That might be from when I disabled everything to reload my historical data. And that might be when it happened. It looks about the same time.
Order submitted.
We're testing a Russell on the 10 Unarenko is not doing well this week. Cash cow not doing well. That's a signal A. Signal A's are all in the red. Go to our signal B Russell. And besides 7:30 to 8, it's a good strategy to stay away from right now. Let's check out the YM. Here's Sim Robert's retirement plan. Let's take a look at our Smart Stop 2 is the pattern recognition. The pattern recognition does great pre-market.
Order submitted.
You can see that. From 8:30 to 9:30. Once the opening bell comes, it's a little inconsistent. So the pattern recognition on that NASDAQ 30 range is trading extremely well from 8:30 to 9:30, right up until the opening bell. Steven this week, no good. Just trader 1 and 2 has been doing pretty well at certain times of the day. Here's our YM. Let's enable all the signal A YMs. It's only got that one little half hour that it's done anything this week. I was running this. The signal B, on the other hand, looks very good. YM signal B between 9 and 10. Let's take a look at the summary. The signal B bot up 824. The signal B drone this week up 816. And this is when we're testing on the 4 Unarenko. Not many trades. Ron, that's one of the strategies. The primetime optimized is in the Discord chat. It's in the bottom channel. I think I took screenshots of it and put it in there. Primetime optimized. I believe that's the strategy that Robert had shared with our community. And we took screenshots. I put it in the, let's take a quick look. In the strategy collaboration. Here's the optimized Stephen SU, 7U. And you can see all the inputs here. It trades from 10 to 10:26, and then again in the afternoon. Looks like either from 1 to 4:30 or 4 to 4:30. Let me see. Yeah, 1 to 4:30. So we're getting into the time. Look at the gold signal B. Wow. We're getting really close to the time that crude oil really lights it up. Right about 11:30. We get a nice reversal. Here it goes. I think I've got it in conflicting positions. Let me close one of those positions. When I shut down, boy, this is a tough one. Let me flatten this.
Order submitted.
Still in. Okay. Let's re-enable the crude oil. Wow, that smart stop. Took that counter trend trade. This could, maybe the retirement plan kicks in short here. The market is very much overbought.
Order submitted.
Crude is in on the signal A drone. Let's take a look at that. ES signal B is going to kick in at about 11. ES signal B has been red hot. I've got it on my hot list. ES signal B at 11. I'm going to stay with my $630 profit. But the way the market is moving, that ES signal B is going to fire off right at 11 o'clock. You can see the VWAP is this purple dotted dash line. So price is way above the VWAP on the ES.
Order submitted.
There goes the retirement plan. Jumped in short. So it's looking for this big reversal. Kind of a risky trade. Stranger things have happened. Let's see what happens here. We got our 30 range and 2-minute both in. Counter trend. Short the NASDAQ. Ron, I'm going to, I can't share. I can share the inputs. If you're ready, I'll bring it up and I'll show you what the inputs are for that. Oh, the primetime optimized I showed you is in Discord. But Gary, if you want, I can bring up the inputs for the regular primetime that was replaced. You'll take it? All right. Let me show you. Get ready with your snipper because I can't share the template. Sergio gave me did something. Let me find it for you. Strategies. NQ. Prime time. Ay, 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 ay. This is painful to watch. My computer was running so great before I took it on vacation. Still on vacation. Okay, this is prime time 1. Prime time 2. Ooh, that retirement plan is going. It's actually maturing now down to it's retracing back to the 50. Okay. I took screenshots of it, Gary. I could send you an email, and I can send it to anybody else who needs it. What that was that was the original prime time. We were doing a look back on the 8U Signal C prime time, and we saw that between 10 and 11, it did very well this week. It's doing very well this week. Take a look at the summary. It's up $1,847 this week. Let me make sure I have nothing else checked. Yeah. 1847. It's up just under $2,000 trading just one contract. Okay, Ron. All right, Gary. I'll send it to both of you. Getting a big retracement back to the 50 on the 2-minute NASDAQ. And the retirement plan is all over it.
Order submitted.
Our stop went to break even plus 11. So we got the CL and the ES getting ready to kick in. Crude oil and the E-mini. Let's put it on our crude oil 1-day pass. Gold is up $1,000. The gold signal B. I know this morning the signal A did very well as well. Signal B is up at 1,000. Signal A is up about 300, 340. So gold did extremely well today, whether you traded A or B. Crude oil, the black gold strategy is up 770. Let's see if the 1-day pass can get on. The way this market's pushing up, I wouldn't be surprised if that ES signal B pops in and hopefully rides one. We got a really great webinar today. David Wise is going to be on the Investor Summit, and he's going to be discussing Heikin-Ashi candles. Okay, the ES is trying to push up higher. I see those green triangles still kicking in. So they're still pushing the price of the NASDAQ, the S&P 500 higher. Look at gold on that signal A. Now a signal B. It already hit our profit target, I believe. Yeah, all of our 2 minutes. This was their first chance to get into a trade today, I believe. Might be bouncing again, though.
Order submitted.
Come on, ES signal B, kick in.
Order submitted.
There it goes. I saw that one coming a mile away. Now we got a good opportunity here with this ES signal B. We don't have a lot of breathing room, but if we can get 2 or 3 points up and let it blow around in the wind for a half hour, 45 minutes, it could find its way to the top. me just open up a browser real quick. Oops, sorry about that. Wrong monitor. Huh. Ay. I'm gonna have to get with Charles. I'm sorry I ever took this laptop with me on vacation. Everything was running so nicely. I'm going to put a registration link. If you want to join us today on the Investor Summit, David Wise is going at 3:45. Let me just get that fired up. Let me get the link for you.
Welcome to the webinar. You have entered as an organizer and may now speak to any other organizers or panelists on the line. When you are ready to begin the presentation, press the Start Broadcast button on the GoToWebinar control panel to allow all attendees to hear you. This system will notify you once you begin your broadcast.
There goes the ES.
Order submitted.
Oh, now the retirement took the trade up to the long side, which is a trend trade. So now we're long the NASDAQ, long the E-mini. Okay, let me get you a link to join us. David Wise is at 3:45. And he uses those Heikin-Ashi candles to spot reversals and continuations in the trend to stay in the trades longer. He has a really good training on Heikin-Ashi candles. Smart Stop is back in. Yeah, I'm going to put it in right now, Bob. I'm just fumbling and bumbling here trying to get the link. I apologize. I'm going to put it on a notepad first, or it won't come in. I don't know what I would do without the notepad on the computer. I'll tell you. I've got all the notes of basically my whole life on these things. Okay, come. Okay, here it comes. I got you covered, Bob. We were over in Fort Myers Beach, and they are dredging up the sand. They had a tropical storm come in and kind of rearrange things. Oh. I tell you.
Hello, Dylan.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. And I can see your screen as well.
Perfect. Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. And I can see your screen as well. We will
Perfect.
we'll get started right at 11:15.
Okay, sounds good. So I guess whenever I'm done, I'll just pass it off to you, Anthony, and then you'll take control of the screen and move it on to the next presenter.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll do like an intro for the event and an introduction for you. And then when you're finished, I'll do an outro.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. The ES is slowly pushing up. We got some wiggle room now. That's what we were looking for. We get a couple points on the ES and get some room. That thing could slowly drift up for a substantial winner. And I really like that we're in a long trade on the retirement plan. This is a beautiful entry.
Order submitted.
So we got some really nice positions going on the ES and the NQ. The Russell and the Dow have traded well. The gold strategies, whether you traded the A or B, did well. So the link, no, Mark, we didn't go to Sanibel. From our hotel, we stayed at a hotel in Fort Myers called the Pink Shell. And from the Pink Shell, it's like way up on the northern end of the Fort Myers Beach, the island there. But you could see Sanibel Island. We didn't go. I have two very young children, and just getting them down to the pool was a challenge, and getting them out of the pool. But we had a really great time. We were able to kind of spend some family time. And so I love Sanibel though. Sanibel, beautiful seashells, very relaxing. White sand beaches. Hey, it's fun. Hang on. Oh, my camera isn't on. Okay, sorry about that. Okay. My father-in-law came in with my my little girl. Okay, yeah, I was getting him out of the pool is just about as hard as getting him ready to get in the pool. But we didn't make it to Sanibel this time. We're in two really great trades here. It looks like three now. Gold jumped back in. Gold's given us some heat. Gold, we were up 1,000. You know, I always say if you're up 1,000, disable the strategy. Why give it back? So we got the ES and the retirement plan pushing higher to the moon. And we had some really good reports. Wednesday, the CPI, today, retail sales, and everything's pointing towards September, an interest rate cut. And I think that's what they're cooking into the equation here, is what it appears. Trying to get gold through that 2,500 mark, or 2497 anyway. It's pushing right into that area of resistance. But the Nasdaq and E-mini got plenty of room to the upside, and they're really pouring money in. They're buying, and I kind of thought that they would do the interest rate cuts right around election time. We got a crazy season this year, election season, every 4 years, and who knows what kind of stunts they're going to be pulling this year. But I think interest rate cuts are in the horizon, but you never know. And God willing, I'll be back tomorrow. We're going to let these trades kind of play out a little more. Maybe we'll hang in there till either we get stopped out or 11:30 comes. But this retirement plan looks like it wants to go all the way, and the ES is looking mighty juicy. See, this ES, managing that ES trade, you know, can be a bit of a challenge. 1250 a tick. I'm not going to touch it. But what they were doing when they were dredging all the sand, they had all kinds of cranes out there, and they were running a what was it? It looked like a drainage pipe, like they use for the sewage pipes, the big black round plastic pipes that they bury. They were burying it in the sand all down the entire Fort Myers beach and dredging. But a lot of fossilized shark's teeth had washed up on shore from where they were dredging. A dynamite entry on the at NASDAQ 2-minute. That's just what we wanted. We needed that retracement back to the 50. Unfortunately, we took a short entry, but we didn't lose much on it. And no, we actually made 55 on it, it looks like. And then it jumped back in long. Sometimes this support will act as resistance. Sometimes that resistance will act as support, I should say. It was resistance at one time. Now we need it to become support and bounce right off of it. I'm referring to this red pivot line. So today, Thursday, we're doing the training on the Heikin-Ashi candles, and then Saturday at 1, if you're around, we're going to do a review of the AI Auto Trader, and we'll highlight the new releases, the new updates. By the end of the day, I should have it on my computer. Hopefully tomorrow during our YouTube live stream, I could show it. And we'll also do a webinar on Saturday at 1 o'clock. And I'll put the registration link tomorrow in the chat box. That white number, Bob, is how many contracts per minute are crossing. It's our volume indicator. And we're calculating it per minute. Since we're just day trading and holding these positions for a very short period of time, we look at the volume per minute. Coming into this lunch hour, I noticed I was watching the replay of Mark's YouTube Live yesterday, and volume was pretty low. It was a rocky road up. It was not a smooth climb. And it was on low volume. Kind of like today. We're going to go to about 11:30, and just keep an eye on these positions that we're in on the NASDAQ and E-mini. But I tell you, my 5-year-old, I thought she was going to get us thrown out of the pool because she has a thing with hats. You know, people like to wear those big straw hats that protect them from the sun. Well, there was a gentleman there that she just could not leave his hat alone. And my goodness. She grabbed that hat off his head, and he turned around like he was in complete shock. And I was in shock, too. She took his hat and threw it across the pool. He about had a heart attack, and so did I. And I looked over at my wife, and she was trying to control her laughter. But she's a mischievous one. Armand, the stop and the profit targets are determined by we have each one of the bots runs in tandem with what we call a drone. A drone has very wide profit targets and stops, and it shares a database with the bot, and it tells the bot what the range of the market is. And the bot will position its stop and profit target accordingly. Personally, I like to manage these trades, especially on the ES, a little tighter. And we're coming out with a smart stop that not only looks at pattern recognition, but automatically will put this and attach it to your 15 EMA. Like I can manually attach it to our modified fast, and it will trail that trade on a momentum-based trailing stop now. We could trail it that way. We could trail it by a set number of ticks and the strategy parameters. Let's look at the different ways to trail these trades. And doing it on a discretionary basis is extremely difficult. For me, the easiest way to do it is to pin it to my 15 EMA. There's going to be a Smart Stop 3, which is going to do just that. It's going to do what I just did manually. It's going to pin your stop to your 15 EMA. And when momentum wanes, it's going to hit your stop and take you out without giving back too much of the profits. The Smart Stop 2 is our pattern recognition stop. We're going to be using it for the bullish and bearish engulfing candles to get us in and out of trades. And we have a sensitivity or trend strength input that won't make it too overly sensitive. And our Smart Stop number 1 is it's based on an oscillator, an overbought or oversold condition on an oscillator. At 12.50 a tick, it's really hard on the ES to give it room without giving back too much of the profits. Also, one that I left out is a real good one for the ES, is that break-even plus or minus. So if you get if your trade goes 2 or 3 points, you could do a break-even plus 1 point.
Order submitted.
if I go to my trade management, on the ES, if our profit target is ambitious, an ambitious profit target, at times we're going for 90 ticks on the E-mini. So what I could do is I can have it go to break even. Maybe once it goes 4 points, and then I can have it move break even plus 4 once it's gone 16 ticks. So if it's gone 4 points, I can lock in a point of profit and continue to stay in the position and have it mature to the profit target. So there's a number of different ways that we can manage these trades. With the market moving the way it has been today, though, I mean, you could see from 8:30 this morning from that report, got that huge green candle up, and it hasn't stopped since. Looks like it's given us a red bar now. Now I pinned this to my 15 EMA, so I'm trailing this a little tighter. Than we normally would have, which is more conservative. Well, it's just about 11:30, so let's just go over the leaderboard for today. I had quite a few strategies in the green. I know all of our gold strategies scored. Our NASDAQ 30 range signal B, that one came right to the top at the beginning of the session. And I was able to put my Apex account in and got a nice trade to the downside in this uptrending market. So I caught a counter trend trade for $630, trading the NASDAQ 30 range signal B. I mentioned gold on the signal B did well. And on the signal A, any gold strategy you traded today did well. Crude oil continues to do well. That was my top 5 for this week. Is crude oil, gold, the E-mini, and the NASDAQ. And those were all in our leaderboard today. The YM had one that did well. Sim Robert is a retirement plan strategy. And that ES signal B that I just tightened the stop on. Let me see if the one that I didn't tighten up, well, yeah, they both exited. But that's how the leaderboard looked today. And God willing, we're going to give it another shot tomorrow. So I want to thank everybody for joining me. And we'll be back at 9:30 a.m. Eastern. Don't forget, today at 3:45, David Wise, the man with nerves of steel, is going to tell us how he does it. And a key component in his trading methodology is leveraging Heikin-Ashi candles. And he's going to reveal all today at 3:45 p.m. Eastern Time. So I put the registration link in the chat box. Come join us at 3:45. I'll be back tomorrow. Let's do it again tomorrow. Have a blessed day, everybody. I'll see you tomorrow. Yeah, Rao, I saw that. 71%. Apex, 80% sales over. You know, I noticed I had all my rebillings on an Amex, and they all failed. When I came back from vacation, I had a bunch of declines from Apex. They would have rolled over at 80, so I had to update my credit card. Hopefully, they honor it. But I saw that Apex went up to 71%. So have a blessed rest of your day, everybody. We'll be back tomorrow. So long.